everyone. Good morning and welcome to Core 90 training here with the community. I am so excited for today, guys, because I'm coming to you live from beautiful Las Vegas. It's unbelievable. The weather is terrific. Everyone's in a great mood, having an awesome time and learning a ton. We're going to bring that knowledge back to the community. So don't worry. If you weren't able to attend this year, we're going to make sure you didn't miss out on any big announcements. We're going to make sure you didn't miss out on any big training topics or big reveals from the company. We don't want you to feel left out. We would love to have you here next year, but obviously, if you're there, you're in the trenches, that's awesome. And we wanted to make sure that we showed up today and supported the community. So today we've got a really special topic that we're going to dig into, and this is one of my very favorites, and it has to do with our potential as humans. And we're going to talk about how it is that top producers, and you've probably noticed this, super top producers, I'm talking the people who are not just number one in your city, they're number one in the state, maybe number one in the country, maybe they're number one at something that you admire, like a sport or whatever. In business, how does this work? How do we program ourselves to guarantee success so it's not accidental? And we're going to talk about exactly how to do that today. And here's I always like making big promises and then seeing if I can swing hard and deliver. We're going to have a breakthrough today together. You're going to have an individual one. I'm going to have one. We're all going to have a breakthrough today. And I'm going to talk you through exactly how that works, what we're going to do together in order to pull that off. But how many people fear, and give me a shout back inside the chat. How many people would love to have a breakthrough in their business right now? To have a breakthrough in their business right now. Who would like to have a break? Yeah, Taylor says me. That's awesome. Yes, breakthrough. Joanne says, absolutely. I love it. And I see some hands going up, heads nodding. That's terrific. There we go. Brenda says yes. Emily says yes. Absolutely, desperately need it. Steve, that's terrific. Okay, so we need this breakthrough moment, and we're going to go there together. Thank you guys for being here today. It's my promise that I'm going to pour into you for the next 90, and we are going to really go there together. I've been fully plugged into the Tony Robbins organization for a number of years now. Lexi and I are doing all their top stuff. It's amazing. And so we get all of this great mindset training and coaching and knowledge. And I want to bring some of that back to you. And so I spent quite a bit of time actually prepping for this one because I didn't want to miss. Oh, Joanne, you're sweet. They've got the general session going on right now, and Lexi's over there covering for me, taking notes so that we don't miss anything. But this is my number one commitment, and I want to be here with the community. It's what we do. So we're going to dive right in. Let me pull up my content, and I am super pumped to go there with you guys today. Man, this is going to be great. All right. So first off, thanks for being here today. As I said, anything that takes your time is always a commitment. Time is valuable. And so when you're choosing to spend your time here, I want to give you a return on that investment. That's my commitment for today. The name of the session is, are you holding yourself back? Are you holding yourself back? Right? Ultimately, sometimes we feel like that, right? Sometimes maybe we don't even feel like that. And maybe with a little bit if you dig a little bit deeper, then suddenly you start to realize, yep, it might be me a little bit. I've got some stuff. I got my hangups. I got stuff I'm dealing with. So we're going to dig a little bit deeper on this concept today, but we're also going to talk about what to do with that. So how to not stay stuck. If you feel stuck, how to not stay there. All right. And in my experience, a breakthrough and a full reset of your business life can be achieved in under 90 minutes. In fact, I've seen it done in under 9 minutes. I don't know if I'm that talented. So we're going to try for 90 today and swing the bat pretty hard. But this is going to be great. And if you play full out today, that's going to be amazing. But with your permission, we're going to do exactly that. We're going to try to have those breakthrough moments. Okay. But speaking of full out, I need everyone to play 100% full out for this to work, or none of it sticks. None of it works. Don't waste your time. Okay. And I just want to let you know, whether you're watching this right now, you're on the recording, that's amazing. This is a commitment. Don't hit pause. Don't walk away. Just trust the process. We're going to talk about a lot of things. It's going to feel like it's all over the place. And then there's a unifying moment. And this is based on a process that has been taught to us by absolute Jedi mind wizard masters, people making over $1 billion a year who have personally coached us. And I really want to bring this back to the community because I think it's valuable. And I think we need it right now. All right. So who's all in? Who's all in? Playing full out? I know Jordan Mead is. That dude's always on. Elena, that's awesome. Joanne's got her hand up in like 1.1 seconds. That was terrific. Just had to find the hand button. That's great. Thank you, guys. I love it. Playing full out is huge. This is what we do. JJ Velador says fire. That's awesome. Okay, so we got a lot of commitment. So then stay completely focused, and you're going to miss out. let's just jump straight in. And as I said, we're going to zig, we're going to zag. It's all deliberate. Everything is planned. Here we go. Number one, we're going to talk really quickly about what we are going to achieve together today. Okay. So we're going to talk about and identify what controls everything in your entire universe. What controls all of it, right? For some of us, we'll say, well, that's God. That's terrific. And we're not going to devalidate that at all today. We're talking about you today, however. And so we're going to talk about your personal experience of your universe, not the physical universe itself. And that's different. What you can do about it right now. And then we're going to have a breakthrough and identify how to move forward. We're going to realign with your passion and your energy. Who would like to be realigned with their passion right now? Feel passionate every day when you wake up, to feel like you're jumping out of bed before the alarm clock goes off, right? That is how I feel every single morning. I don't need an alarm clock. Woke up at 5:30 this morning. I was thrilled. I was excited to do this session. I'm pumped about life, man. Things are good. Okay. So we're going to build a future and we're going to set sail with enthusiasm and focus. And we are going to depart today renewed, excited, and ready for the road ahead. How's that sound? Dude, if we can achieve all that, who's in for that? That's a good day, right? That's a Wednesday to talk about. All right, let's do it. So we're going to jump in. Here comes a zig. So today we're going to work on you. We're going to talk about 4 principles right here about you as a person. Think about you as a concept. It's a really interesting thing. What is this you that we all talk about, right? You've got a you, I've got a you, I've got a me, you've got a me. But what does that really mean? Is it your physical body? Go there with me for a second. Is it your physical body? Is that what makes up me?
No.
No. It's interesting though, right? Because without our physical body, we probably wouldn't experience life at all, right? That gets weird. They've got that bodies exhibition here in Las Vegas right now, the weird one where they, it's actual human bodies that they've well preserved, and you can walk through, somebody's riding a bicycle. I refuse to do it because, then I can't eat lunch for 5 days. But I'll tell you right now that it's not your physical body. That's not what you identify when you say, I. Who am I? It's not, I is not your physical body. It's an interesting concept, right? So we have to go outside that. We have to get deeper. What is it then?
Spirit, soul, and body all together as a package.
Awesome. Spirit, soul, body. These are words that we use to try to describe this intangible sense of ourselves, right? We know who we are, but it's really hard to talk about because we don't do it very often. It's well, what is this me thing? So we're going to start to define how we can impact ourselves. But the very first thing is we better know what that thing is, or how the heck are we going to hit the target? You can't throw a dart at a dartboard that doesn't exist, right? So we need to know, where's the dartboard, baby? Where's that center? Where's the bullseye so that I can throw this dart and really hit something? All right. So we're going to talk about that a little bit here for just a second. Boom. So number one, I believe that who you are is a reflection of your perspectives and your beliefs. It's your perspectives and your beliefs. If you grew up in a different place in the world with different parents and different things all around you, you'd have all sorts of different programming, and it would affect how you see the world, how you experience the world, what your belief structure is, what things you react to, or what things make you happy or sad or make you mad. And who you are as a person is the compilation of everything that you've experienced in your life. But it means that all of us are permanently looking through a lens. And here's what's beautiful about that. You can change your glasses anytime you want. You can change your glasses anytime you want. You can see the world differently, radically differently, by the way, anytime you want. It's awesome. Got to go to an amazing training one time from Robert Herjavec from the Shark Tank, one of the Shark Tank guys. He's an awesome dude, by the way. If you ever hear his life story, he's incredible. And he was just really breaking it down for us. His tight room was really awesome. And he was sharing his perspectives on individualism and the core of who you are as a person and how fast you can change your perspectives and how necessary it is. So let's work on you right in the moment. Here we go. Number one, it's about belief. So we need to practice out loud what we believe makes a good person that's living a good life. Think about that. If I was to say right now, right, to Joanne, hey, what's a good person living a good life? She would tell me. And if I said it to Colleen, she would tell me something different, right? Maybe she has the same beliefs and that's okay, but she would use different words to describe it. Maybe Jordan would say something totally different. Who knows? Maybe I would say something totally different. We all have a different perspective. But what I can tell you is when you're misaligned with what you believe a good person living a good life is and you don't fit into that puzzle, you're already starting off on the wrong foot. Think about that little piece of fantasy candy right there. If you would say, oh, a good person that's living a good life looks like this, and this is what they do, this is what they look like, this is what they do with their income, this is how they operate, this is how they take care of their family, this is how they believe or act when they're under stress. When they're angry, this is what they do. When they're sad, this is what they do. When they need help, here's how they handle it. And if you're not doing those things, why not? Aren't you a good person living a good life? So we have to start by aligning our belief structure with who we believe we would like to become, or it's never going to happen. Second one, build your core 5. Now, this is an interesting one. We're going to go deeper on this a little bit later today, but these are 5 people who define you. And I believe that you need to eliminate all toxic people from your life immediately. That's a hard one for people to hear sometimes, especially if you have a close person in your life who's toxic, but I'm not going to change the statement. Toxicity, you know what it is. Talk to your gut. It'll tell you. It's a person who doesn't live up with number 1, good person living a good life. You want 5 good people living good lives, preferably with good incomes, by the way. That's going to help you too. To surround you and build you up and be enthusiastic about your success and cheer you on when you win. Number 3, you need to produce. You need to produce. Human beings are designed to solve problems. That's what we are designed to do. We love it, man. Every time you see a problem, we just have to meddle. We're all little nitpickies and we want to make things better. That's what we do as humans. It's crazy. It's why every generation keeps getting better than the last one, right? We're all a little egoistic about it, but it's true. And so what's fun is if you aren't productive, though, you won't be happy, period. So you have to go, you have to do something, and you have to produce a result. And that is, by the way, this is one of the core elements to happiness. If you think about the time in your life when you were the happiest, you were producing something. It could even be just a good life for your family and for your kids, but you were producing something. You were solving a problem when you were the happiest. And so if you want to achieve that again, guess what? You need to be solving problems and you need to produce. Number 4 on this slide, don't miss life. And this is a concept we hit at a lot inside the community. And I will tell you, it matters so very much. Life is happening in real time. My dad used to say, this is your life. It's not a dress rehearsal. And so guess what? It's not a dress rehearsal. This is not fake. It's not play. Everything's happening in real time. Oh, I'm just having a bad day. Yeah, don't do that anymore. That day might be your last one. Don't choose a bad one. I promise you. Trust me, there's nothing happening in your life that's worth all that crap. I promise you. There is somebody having a way worse day. Somebody on earth is going to burn to death today. That's not you, hopefully. So guess what? You're having a good day. Just trust me. Everything is all about perspective. We talked about our lenses at the beginning. And if you put the right lens on, you'll start seeing your life correctly. You want to feel inspired? Change your glasses. You don't have to change your life. Your life changes when the way you look at it changes. It's amazing. It's super quick, right? All right, let's keep moving. The law of sowing and reaping. This one I love. So this goes back to the produce. We have to produce. How do we produce, Jeff? I'm trying. I know, me too. It's awesome. Enthusiastically, the law of sowing and reaping will answer this. Look at my friend right there chewing on his whatever grass he's eating. I love that guy. He's so cute. Oh man, I'm an animal lover, by the way, if you don't know that. So I love animals. I'll spend all day long at the zoo just staring at them, letting them spit at me, whatever they do. All right. So guess what? If you were to take a whole lot of seed and you went out into a big field, you owned a couple acres, you tilled the land. Now you go out there, you throw that seed down. The birds are going to get some of that seed. Dang it, birds. But they got to eat. That's okay. And then some of it's going to land on some rocky soil. It's not going to catch. It's not going to root out. It's just going to burn up and get hard, right? Some of that seed. And then we're going to throw some more seed. And guess what? Some of it lands on thorny ground. Or some of the animals, like this little guy right there, maybe he comes along and he nibbles on it just a little bit. He gets himself a snack. So he steals up some of the seed. And we just keep going, though. But if you kept going and you kept going, you kept throwing seed on the ground, eventually some of that seed would land on fertile soil, wouldn't it? Yeah. Those are called prospects. When you throw seed, when you throw enough attempts onto the soil, it doesn't matter that the birds get some, right? You get a bad internet lead. Somebody puts a bad phone number. It doesn't matter that some of it lands on rocky soil. Somebody picks up and they're in a bad mood and they tell you to, blow it out your blowhole or whatever they tell you to do. It doesn't matter. You don't have to really do that. That doesn't change your day. Some of it lands on thorny ground, right? You get some crotchety old dude and he tells you he doesn't want to use you. He's going to go with his sister. She's a realtor too, right? I don't know. That's okay. But guess what? You keep going and finally some of that seed, this is the law of sowing and reaping, will land on fertile soil. And some of that fertile soil will only yield you 3 out of 10 results. You get a mobile home listing. Dang it. I'm only making $1,000 on this one. What the heck am I? After splits and taxes, I'm going to make $1.25. I can buy myself half of a Starbucks. All right. No, I know. But guess what? You keep going and some of it lands on 10 out of 10 results. Anyone had that one, right? I had that one my first year in real estate. Gosh, I remember I got a mobile home listing. I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll do this. Next one, they followed up. We did $2.6 million in transactions with that same family that year. I didn't realize they had buckets of money right behind them. They just wanted to put that mobile home out on a piece of land so that they could participate in the new marijuana industry. So guess what? Turns out they had a hell of a lot of money. That worked out just fine, right? But you don't try to turn 3s into 10s. Instead, you just find more 10s by what? Throwing more seed and sowing that seed. So this is the law of sowing and reaping. If you take nothing else about production from today, this is a massive rule of the universe. It's also called the law of large numbers. The law of large numbers or the law of sowing and reaping. And if you threw only one seed, you say you had 2 acres, all tilled up, you took a seed, even if you picked the perfect spot, you watered it, are you guaranteed that you're going to be able to eat forever on that one seed? No, because you haven't thrown enough seed. All right, let's keep moving. In this market in particular, man, we're hearing all the stats about the market right now. We're here at EXPCON in Vegas. If you're just joining us, by the way, this is awesome. I hope that you'll come join us next year. It's a great place to build your referral business. We'd love to have you. Okay, listen, you have to discipline your disappointment. Discipline your disappointment. What does that mean, Jeff? It means when you're disappointed, what happens? You lose a whole day, got to go home and put on your pajamas, you pull a bath, put some bubbles and suds in it, right? You put on some smooth jazz and you light a couple candles and drink a whole bottle of whiskey, or do you just keep going, right? People let little things cheat them out of big opportunities. Ooh, read that again. People let little things cheat them out of big opportunities, but trying and quitting is not success, it's failure. Quitting is the ultimate failure. It's actually, in my opinion, the only failure. When I was growing up, my dad used to tell me that a lot. He had a lot of little kind of quippy wisdom bits, and he used to say the only way that you can ever fail truly is if you stop. That's failing. Trying's not failing. It's okay to try. Don't give yourself permission to fail. Try 100% full out every single time, every single time, every single time. That's the law of sowing and reaping. Keep doing it until you get results, then refine and repeat. But you celebrate your small wins every time. Now, be honest with yourself right here. This is a big one, guys. Be honest with yourself. Are you celebrating your small wins? Someone picks up the phone and they say, hey, Steve, oh, yeah, we're doing great, man. It's good to talk to you. No, we don't have any referrals for you right now. Now, you could be disappointed because they don't, but they were just happy to talk to you. That, for me, is a massive win. That's a massive win. I take that, I chew it up, and it tastes good. You should too. There's a big opportunity right there, because when you celebrate the small wins, the law of attraction tells us that every single human being has an electromagnetic field. We're just starting to understand this, and we actually communicate with each other. The quantum physics tells me that I can have atoms in my body communicating with the other side of the galaxy right now in real time, guys. This is wild, the stuff we're starting to discover about physics and the way we're all truly connected as humans. You don't believe in the law of attraction, you're missing out. If you believe it will be so, it will be so. If you believe you are failing, you will fail. You will fail if you believe it, but you won't fail if you believe you are destined for greatness. There's never been a person who has conquered the world without believing that they are destined to do so. Why? Because the law of attraction is what took them there. So you have to start by celebrating your small wins. Wins are wins. Wins are wins. You celebrate them every single time. Let's keep moving. So now you have, okay, so what do I do with all that? I'm getting there. Trust me. Trust the process, right? We said play full out today. Here we go. You build your personal sales skills. You start digesting. You start becoming a Jedi master, a ninja of sales. And you can ask yourself right now, am I a ninja of sales? Probably not. Right? I wouldn't even classify, I'm like a brown belt right now, right? A little too brown sometimes, if you know what I mean. So I need to go to black belt. That's all right. So guess what? I want to be a black belt. So God, I'm going to keep working on it, man. I listened to Zig Ziglar on the plane on the way to Vegas. Zig doesn't get old for me. I love Zig Ziglar. He just makes me a whole human being every time. And he's a great man. So you help someone from darkness to light, from skeptic to faith, from seeking answers to having answers. That's Jim Rohn. That is what sales is. Listen to that definition of sales, y'all. It's not making someone buy some shit they don't want. It is helping someone from darkness to light, from skeptic to faith, and from seeking answers to having answers. That is a calling. That is a purpose in the world, and it is way bigger than just selling some crap. That is your purpose in the world, if you are in sales, is to truly help people at the highest possible level and help people with their problems, not your problems. Your problems disappear when you help them with their problems. Stop worrying about your problems. If you're worried about your problems, guess what you're going to have more of? Problems. I promise. If you focus on problems, guess what you're going to have, baby? Problems every day. Oh man, I got some problems. Let me tell you, Jeff. Yeah, I bet you do. How do I know? Because we're talking about them. If you were talking about how great your life is despite your problems, I knew you had problems. Guess what? Your life would continue getting great. That's how greatness works. Bring that towards you. Bring that attraction. Jim Rohn said, this is what made him rich. This list: sales, recruiting, promoting, communication, training, teaching, and inspiring. That is what made him rich, and it will make you rich beyond your wildest dreams if you master the things on that list. That's Jim Rohn's exact list for how he became so rich. And by the way, that man was really rich. Let's keep moving. So you have to turn it all up. What does that mean? Turning it all up. It means people don't know what you don't tell them. How many people are in your universe that would name you as one of 3 realtors that they know if somebody walked up to them on the street and said, hey, name 3 realtors real quick, go. Hey, name 3 realtors real quick, go. Steve Heron. Okay, good. I'm on the list. Joanne Graham. Oh, okay. Colleen Rayburn. Yay. Jordan Meade. All right. You want to be on that list. You can't afford to be a secret agent. You have to build your YouTube channel and start it yesterday. By the way, I'm hearing that from everyone right now. Everyone. Today will work too, by the way. If you didn't start yesterday, that's okay. You still got today. That's what's beautiful about today. It's always here. It's never too late to start over, right? With enthusiasm and heart and purpose and love, joy in your life. Trust me. You're like, what is Jeff? I'm drinking some coffee, but that's all I got going on, y'all. I'm telling you, man, life is good. All right. People have to want to change. You will not change them, but your stories of growth and courage will inspire them to change. What does this change thing have to do? Guess what? Selling your house at a 3%, going to a 7.5%. That's a change. There's fear there, but I got to sell. I got to move. I just got a new job. I don't know what to do. Yeah, become a problem solver. We talked about that, but you got to turn it up, and they need to turn to you, and they need to turn to you. Guess what? So that you can help them from darkness to light, from skeptic to faith, and from seeking answers to having answers. This is what we do. Use email, SMS, video, social media, calls, voicemail, YouTube. No excuses. Go big, go loud. Let everyone know who you are. Everyone in your town should be like Joanne Graham. She's the #1 agent here. Boom. I don't care if you're really #1. I care if everyone thinks you are. Because if they think you are, guess what happens? Inevitably. If everyone thinks you're #1, baby, guess where you're going? You're going to the top spot. I promise you. Kick and scream and claw on your way to the top. That's the way I like it. Health is wealth. If your health is out of whack, fix that. Build your health every single day. Yoga, stretching, meditation, breathing. I love this next phrase. Eat less, less often. Eat less, less often. If you want to have energy that skyrockets, don't eat so much, right? Thanksgiving meal does not give you energy. It makes you sleep on the floor face down. I promise. Every single time, right? Pass out, right? Calories do not give you energy. Energy comes from a little bit of depletion. Human beings are designed to gain energy when we're supposed to hunt. You want to put yourself in hunt mode? Eat less, less often. Drink and smoke less. I'm not trying to preach at you, but you got to live a little bit clean, take care of the machine, and the machine takes care of you. It's a beautiful thing. And then guess what? The greatest value in life is not money. The greatest value in life is living a good life, which isn't possible if you don't have good health. And if you don't know where to start with your business, start with your body. I promise you this will change your business. If you don't know where to start with your business, start with your body. Take control of one thing in your life. John Sellers, I heard him give this metaphor one time. He called it the ripple effect. You start with one thing anywhere in your entire universe, and it ripples into everything else in your whole universe, just like dropping a pebble in a pond. It's a beautiful thing. 7 elements of success. Okay, if you want to know what defines success in every successful person, this is from a billionaire. Tony Robbins is a billionaire. I think he's worth $3.5 billion now, so that's not bad. You know, him and Glenn Sanford. So guess what? That's the founder of eXp Realty, if you're joining us as a guest. So consuming obsessive passion for what you're doing. Well, I don't have that passion, Jeff. Yeah, well, get it real quick. And you need to start by being passionate. Passion doesn't arrive like a train in a train station. It's something you build. It's something you decide. I will be passionate about what I'm doing. Fall in love with your clients. Fall in love with your gig. Fall in love with helping people, and you'll become passionate about doing it. If you've lost your passion, it's because your approach has changed, not because you've changed, and certainly not because the industry's changed. I promise. And you need a belief that you will achieve it, whatever it is. You must start with that belief. Imagine this. I don't think I can take 100 listings in the next 12 months, Jeff. Okay, listen, if I wrote you a check for $4 million right now and I said, here's the only caveat, I need you to do whatever you can to take 100 listings in the next 12 months. But I'll give you the $4 million today, just as an upfront. I just want to guarantee that you're going to do that. Will you take the guarantee? I bet most of you'd be like, that $4 million, it changed my life. Yeah, I'll do it. Let's go. I'll figure it out, man. I'm going to hustle. I'll stay up 24 hours a day. I take the $4 million. Do the work. The money shows up. Be clear about what's most important in your life. Those are your values. These are your values. By the way, it needs to be obvious in your behavior. You can't say you have a value and then be a shithead. And then you increase your energy, decrease digestion. I love this one. I stole this straight from Tony. And increase exercise. Decrease digestion just means eat less. Again, why is Jeff on this theme? Because I believe in it. Because I practice it every single day. Because I lost 85 pounds that way, and now I have the highest energy I've had since I was like 17. I feel like a lunatic when I'm around other people. I'm like, is everyone traveling in slow motion? Let's go. Let's go. I get freaked out. Come on, man. Let's go. Big energy. And then build real connection with other people. It's awesome. Develop your communication skills. These are all critically important. Let's keep moving fast. Repetition. Repetition is the father of mastery. If you want mastery, repeat until. That's all I'll say. Repeat until. You'll know. If you don't know yet, repeat until. Trust me. What am I repeating? The thing that you must achieve mastery on. How will you know? It's the thing that makes you money when you're great at it. That's not signing paperwork. I promise. It's getting someone to sign paperwork. It's finding someone that might be interested in signing paperwork, right? Failure means you did a rep. Celebrate it. Celebrate that failure. That's still a small win. Why? Because you tried. Those are the small wins I was talking about before when I said celebrate your small wins. Celebrate your failures. How do you do it? I literally stand up. I make a phone call. It sucks. They tell me to, whatever. I don't care. Stand up. Yes. Ha! I own it. I pull that positive energy from the universe right back into myself. I say, I'm going to go again. Come on. I'm going to sow more seed. Track your reps, just like in the gym. It's no different. How do you go to the gym? Your gym rats. I love that, right? Pump them out. Yeah. And then you come into work. I'll do 1 rep here. Oh, it was a failure. Oh, okay. I'm going to give up now. No. Just like in the gym. Keep repping all the way to permanent failure. You know how when your muscle just gives out, you can't go anymore, and then you do 1 more just because you're a Navy SEAL in your mind, right? I watched that movie too many times when I was a kid. I always thought I was those guys. It was awesome, right? Keep it simple. And mastery beats talent every single time. Oh, I'm not talented enough. I'm not smart enough. I didn't go to college. I didn't graduate high school. I didn't even go to elementary school. Shoot, I can't even put 2 words together in a sentence. I don't care. Mastery beats talent. And all you need for mastery is repetition. Can you just repeat something over and over? Good. You can beat the pants off the smart dude next to you who isn't willing to work. Outwork them. And in this market, trust me, this applies. Extraordinary people are rewarded in public for what they practice in private. No one's going to give you all the kudos that you deserve when you do this hard work. Your failures are yours. They're yours to celebrate on your own. And that is a challenging journey. But you know Roger Bannister's name because of his accomplishment. First man to run the 4-minute mile. Why do we know? Because he repeated and repeated and repeated until he was successful. And now his name is written in the chronicles of history for all time for everyone to know who that man is. He is a legend now, right? How many attempts did it take, though? We didn't get to see all the failure, all the crying, the snot, the puking on the sideline. We didn't get to see all that stuff. What we heard about was the story that he did it. It wasn't his first try. Let me break it down for you. It wasn't his first try. right? He wouldn't like warm up for a 5K, stretch out. He's doing the Susan G. Komen run for the first time. And he runs a 4-minute mile. No, right? I promise he crushed it for years to get to that. But we'll never know. Focus becomes reality. Everything that you choose to focus on is your reality. Your beliefs are fully structured by what you choose to focus on. You think reality is real. Reality isn't real. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's a total figment of your imagination. It's why my reality is different than your reality. It's different than Joanne's and Pearl's and Steve and Jordan, everybody, JJ, right? We've all got a different reality because we see the world differently. But do you focus more on what you have, or do you focus more on what you don't have? Do you focus more on what you can control, or do you focus more on what you can't control? Do you focus more on the past, or do you focus on the present or the future even? I'm going to give you a hint. The future is the powerful one. It's full of opportunity. Future can be whatever you tell it to be. And it's always in front of you. That's crazy about the future, right? It never shows up. It's always out there. It's great. Inspiring you every day. It's the carrot. You need to have a constant and never-ending hunger for control of your own focus. And this is going to define 100% of how you perceive your life, guys. If you want a better life today, shift your focus radically, immediately. And it's that simple. Do not overcomplicate it. But Jeff, nope, no buts, right? Don't butt your way all the way through life. Trust me, it's going to smell weird. All right? Keep the butts out of life. Let's go. What you focus on, you feel. And what you feel, you do. That last one, I want you to read that again. What you focus on, you feel. And what you feel, you do. Why? Because your focus defines your perspective of your life, and your emotions define your actions, and your actions will give you results. If you want results, change your focus, and everything will immediately change your entire world. Focus up. Stop focusing down. Literally look up more often. That sounds weird, but I promise you, if you spend all day long looking at the floor, that's where you're going to end up. When you see professional skiers, by the way, and they ski between the trees, they don't think, don't hit the trees, don't hit the trees, don't hit the trees. If they thought that, they'd hit every single dang tree. You have a bunch of dead skiers out there. They say, follow the path, follow the path, follow the path, follow the path. It's just a different focus. It makes you a better skier instantly. Shift your focus. Everything changes. Set much bigger goals. Small goals bring about small effort, small energy, small enthusiasm. They're weak and they uninspire you as a human being to actualize against your potential. If you believe in God, then God gave you the greatest gift on earth. He gave you a life, and you get to live it right now. And you can either phone it in and half-ass, or you can choose to commit 100% all the time, every day, to live your fullest potential. That's incredible. So you set big ass goals. I wrote it on the page. I don't care. That scare you and make you a little bit embarrassed to even say them out loud. I want people to say, hey, what's your goal? And you'd be like, I don't even want to tell you, man. This is crazy. I'm gonna sell 150 houses next year and go to 25,000 agents in my organization. And it kind of makes you blush a little bit when you say it, because you feel like a fraud. You feel like an imposter. How could I ever do that? Good. Set that goal. Don't set the one where you're like, no, I could probably do that. And then you still miss that one too. You want to feel like a failure? Do that. Set big goals, hairy, audacious. Playing small does not serve humanity. It doesn't help anyone else. Playing small limits you. It limits your contribution to the 8 billion other people on earth who need your help. And you never get smaller to make someone else in your life feel bigger. Listen to this one. If you're one of the people, I'm hopeful that there's one person on this call that needs this comment. I needed it at one point in my life. You never get smaller to make someone else in your life feel bigger. Ooh, that's hit me emotionally, guys. Ever, period. Do not diminish yourself to make somebody else's light shine brighter. You shine your light. If you're a flamethrower, throw that flame immediately and be big. Let's keep going. Reasons. You need reasons for your success. And if you don't have reasons, write this one down. I told you we're covering a lot of ground today, and I'm not slowing down. Set a huge goal. Find your reasons, and the why will show up. The how will show up. Everything that you need to, I don't know how to do it. Yeah, you don't need to know how to do it. You need to know why the hell to do it. If you know why the hell to do it, you'll do it. If your family's life depended on it, I promise you, you'd figure out the how all day long. No problem. I don't have any food. Figure it out. I don't have any money. Figure it out. If your how and if your why is big enough, but these are your reasons. And I'm calling them reasons right now because I want to get rid of how in your world. I don't know how. That's the tyranny of how. You need what and why. That's all you need. What are you going to do? That's your goal. Big goal. Nasty. And then you need why. That's your reasons. And you need big reasons that make you cry when you talk about them. I mean that. And if you haven't found it yet, find it immediately. Figure out what in your life that if you lost it, you would die. You would fall apart. You do it for that. I don't care what that is. It could be legacy. It could be cockiness. I don't care. But you need it. And you need that reason right now. And with reasons, you can take potential into action. And then action produces results. This is what we talked about before, the whole cycle. And that creates certainty. And that is called the machine for success. And you justify with your mind what you want deeply enough with your emotions. I'm slowing down on that one. You will justify with your mind what you want deeply enough with your emotions, but your emotions must be connected to this mission for you to go there, for you to have what you want, for you to win in this market the way that you want to win in this market. The only thing that matters is that you can manage your emotions. And guess what? With reasons, you can. Reasons make it big enough. It makes it so you can get over the hard day. Oh, boo-hoo. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. All right? Next, happiness. Happiness comes from progress. As humans, we solve problems. That's happiness. Look at that dog, man. He's happy. He's not thinking about bills or taxes. He's not thinking about the listing that just terminated. He's not thinking about price reductions he doesn't feel like he's going to be able to get. He's happy because he is. Because he makes progress in his life, I guess. Progress comes from doing something and solving a problem, right? I don't care if it's digging the hole in the ground so you can put the bone in it, right? That's what the dog does. Most of you know what to do, but you just don't do enough of it or with enough intensity. So change that. I'm going to say it again. Most of you already know what to do. How? I don't know how to do. Yeah, you do. You know, but you're not doing enough of it and you're not doing it with enough intensity. So 5x your effort and 5x your intensity, increase your energy, increase your joy and passion, and bring that to the marketplace like a lunatic. And you will go past every single goal that you set. Hit a wall, then box breathe, disassociate for fast stress management. Here's what that means. Box breath, practice this one with me. Everyone do this real quick. Set your pencil down when you're ready. Do a quick box breath. We're going to do it. Here's how it works. You breathe in for 4, you hold for 4. Don't cap the breath. That means don't choke it, but just hold it there naturally at an inhale point, and then out for 4, and then hold for 4. So again, it's in 4, hold 4, out 4, hold 4. So we just hold at the top, hold at the bottom. That's the whole exercise. Try it with me. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. In, 2, 3, 4, and hold 2, 3, 4. Let it out. 2, 3, 4, and hold it there. 2, 3, 4, big in, and I'll let you do it on your own. That's a box breath. It's easy, and it's been proven to literally, in about 4 of those, you'll reset your entire autonomic nervous system. Everything. You want to feel your vagus nerve calm down? You get a cancellation, you get some client saying, oh, I know we're supposed to close tomorrow, but I hate that call. All right, do a box breath. And disassociate, that means try to see yourself from outside yourself. Try to see yourself from outside yourself while you're box breathing. This is a meditation strategy. It's a little voo-voo. I promise you it works. Guess who does this? I learned this from the Navy SEALs. When they're in a situation, they got 6 million bullets flying at their face, box breath, and they try to see themselves from outside themselves. This gives them the capacity to manage their emotions like they're a manager outside themselves, not like they're inside the situation. Be outside your emotions in those moments. Reset, adjust, energize, and then go. All right. There's 3 core elements. By the way, we're almost to the big spot here, and this is where it's going to get real weird for a minute. So brace yourselves. Okay, here we go. We're coming at it. I'm excited for what comes next, man. Woo, swinging big today. I love it. All right, 3 core elements. There's 3 things that you have to build a successful business. What are they, Jeff? Write them down. Number 1, you need to know who your ideal client is. You need to know it for this market, by the way. These are people who have to move. In case you don't know, that's your ideal client. Well, but I'm trying to convince everybody to get out of their 3% mortgages to get a 19%. Yeah, okay. Well, that's going to be a hard life. Find the people who have to move. Become a corporate relocator. I don't care what you got to do, man. But know your ideal client. Natural passion, commitment, follow through. You know their needs, their wounds, their challenges, their desires. You fall in love with your ideal client. What's that mean? I mean, not literally, don't be weird. But you fall in love with them. You fall in love with solving their problem. not your product, and certainly not yourself. It ain't about you. It's about who can help me the most. They'll need you once they really need you. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And you have to have an irresistible offer. If your offer isn't irresistible to your ideal client, make it irresistible. And you don't do that, by the way, by dumping your commission like a dodo bird. You do it by increasing your value. Figure out what's the value they need. And what's that mean? I don't know for you, but you need to figure out what's the risk of them working with you. Reverse that risk. Give to them, do not take from them. When the risk is there, they won't move forward. That's what causes them to second guess working with you versus someone else, etc. Then you over deliver. Even though you've made all those huge promises, now I want you to deliver 150% of what you just promised. Holy moly. Why? Because they will tell all their friends. If you give more than anyone ever imagined possible, they will tell every single person they have ever met that you are the jam. And guess what? They have to work with you. And even this season will be up. I heard interview after interview after interview with agents yesterday who are having the best year of their entire career, the best year right now. Last month was their best month of the year. But they're doing this. Let's keep moving. So your breakthrough is coming. Breakthroughs are the moment in time when everything changes, when everything changes. When the impossible becomes possible again. You remember that when you were a kid and everything was possible, right? It was awesome. We had breakthroughs all the time when we were kids. Why? Because we don't have all these limiting beliefs, all the programming, if I can't and I'm not enough. Oh, I've tried. Yeah, it's going to fail. I know. It failed last time, so it's going to fail this time. No. Guess what? Challenge yourself to not accept this, or you can't change. The thought that this cannot change, of course it can. It will if you do. So we're going to do that now. And what would blank do here, right? Fill in your avatar. Who's your perfect person for that, right? Maybe you've got an aunt, an uncle, pastor, influencer, a teacher, somebody, right? That helps you. That is your avatar. You don't even have to have a close relationship with them. I have a lot of these people I've never met. Some of them are dead. Doesn't matter. But think differently and you'll see different ways around, over, through. It doesn't matter. Don't accept defeat. And when reading, you go to masterminds, this class, whatever, but you take notes and you add emotion. Even when you're here today, I want you to add emotion, not take it away. I'm trying to give you as much emotion as I possibly can. I'm going to be exhausted after we do this. I'm exhausted after every one of these, by the way, every time. And then I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to spend today all the way until 2 a.m. tonight partying with other members of the community who are here at this event. And I'm going to give 150% all day long. And then tomorrow I'm going to do it again because I love my life and I love that I have this gift. It's incredible. Love your ideal client. You're my ideal client. I love you guys. That's why I'm here. Information without emotion is barely retained. You won't retain crap if you come to anything and you don't take notes and you don't put emotion behind it. Why would you come to an event if you knew you were going to forget 100% of it? That's stupid. So write it down and get emotional about your content. By the way, if you're ever going to masterminds, if you're ever going to live events, sit in the front row. Be that annoying kid in the front, bouncing out, I got the answer. I don't care what the people behind you think. It's about you. And guess what? You do that long enough, you will outperform everyone in every single one of those classes. Who cares what they think of you? Let them think that while you're number one, not while you're in last place. Just become number one. Stop worrying about what everybody else thinks. I don't care what everybody else thinks. I care about you and your life. It's you. It's your time. Right? That's Goonies. He says that in there. Great movie, by the way. All right, let's keep going. So who wants to have a breakthrough right now? We're going to go through a process that I have learned, and it's programmed through what's called neuro-linguistic programming. I am going to walk you through this. I don't need to be an expert in order to be able to do this. I've seen it done about 150 times. It is powerful as hell. Every single time I have this delivered to me, it changes my life. It changes my trajectory. It changes everything about me. It took me from making 40,000 a year to making millions a year. And I promise you this will change your life. It will change your life. So buy in right now. Do not roll your eyes. Do not second guess this. Do not think you look weird. If you think you look weird, fine. Turn your camera off. I don't care. But play full out. Don't be Don't be hiding behind things. So when in the past have you had a breakthrough before? I want you to walk through this with me mentally, and I want you to write it down, okay? So grab your paper. Here we go. You're taking notes with emotion, with emotion. When in the past have you had a breakthrough on anything? Doesn't matter what it was. A big life breakthrough though, man. I don't care what it was. What triggered it? Was it enough pain? Sometimes it is. The pain gets enough. I can't take one more minute of this. And then you change. Everything changes in a moment. Have you ever had that moment? Was it enough desire? I want that so badly. I would run through a brick wall with the front of my face to get to it. Great. Was it that? What made it possible? Write these things down, please. What made it possible? Trust me, if you produce the results in this exercise, this is going to benefit you to a level you can't predict right now. I promise. What made it possible? I don't know the answer yet, but if you did know, write it down. What would it be? What made it possible for you to have that breakthrough? What triggered it? And then what made it possible? And what is life like today as a result of that breakthrough, of letting that go, of that change that needed to happen, of that thing that you finally decided to chase or let go of? What made you finally look at that when this happened? What made you finally look at that? And then what truly made it change? We have to lay the foundations here. Answer these questions. What truly made it change? And then what happened when you did that? Be specific with yourself. This is for you. We're not sharing these. You're not going to give this to anyone. This is for you. What truly made it change? And then what happened when you did that? Okay, terrific. For this next part, I'm going to ask for some odd participation. So just be with me. This is where you go, Jeff, I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. Yeah, well, then be comfortable. Let me know how life feels when it's still comfortable 10 years from now, like it is right now, exactly the same as it is right now with no change. Or do you want to change? Here we go. What is in your life right now? I want you to write this down. That absolutely must change or you will not move forward. What is in your life right now? And by the way, do not hesitate. Answer from your gut. Go. Write it down. Don't think. Stop thinking. Stop thinking. Write it down. What is in your life right now that absolutely must change or you will not move forward? Write it down as fast as you can. Go to your gut. Find the answer. Put it down. It's on the page. You're just tracing over it. It's already there. You know what it is. Trust me, you know what it is. Close your eyes. Here's what we're going to do. I want you to think of how that thing, whatever it is in your life that absolutely must change right now, I want you to think of how that has been making you feel. What is that emotion? Is it heavy? Does it feel challenging? Does it feel like something that holds you back from being your greatest self, from serving the most people in your life, from truly living your gift and your purpose? Come right into this moment. Be right here, right now, and tell me, do you want to carry this any further? Do you want this weight any longer with yourself? Is this something that you truly want? Or is it something that you want to get rid of? I'm going to walk you through this exercise, and I simply want you to go with me. Step forward into your future. It's 6 months from now, and you have not let this go. You have not changed. You've not made any adjustments. You haven't decided to truly have this breakthrough and to let this thing, this element, this albatross let you go. How do you feel? How is life? It's worse. And now I want you to amplify it. I want you to bring your emotions into play right here. And I want you to decide, amplify that emotion. How does it feel for it to be 10 times worse than it is right now? Because you know, I know, it will get worse. It will get worse if you don't change it. It will only amplify over time. That is how these items work. You must let it go. How will it feel if it's 12 months from now, a full year? It's October 4th of 2024 now, and you haven't changed shit about this thing, and it's dragging you down. Now I want you to make it 15 times worse than it is right now, and feel the weight of that on your shoulders, pulling you down. How do you even stand anymore? How can you even breathe? Your breathing is shallow, and you can feel it inside your jaw. You clench at night and you can't sleep. You know what needs to change, but you haven't let it go. Now go 5 years into your future. It's 2028. We're almost at 2030, and you're still holding on to this, thinking you don't know how to change, and you can't let something go. Is that what you want? Is it? Now make it 50 times worse. Pour your emotions into this. Trust me on this exercise. Bring real emotion into this. I want you to feel it worse if you do not let it change with you today. What will that be like? Is that the future that you're destined for? Is that your destiny? Is that your greatest self? Is that really where you're headed? Is that who your maker decided to make you to be? Or are you willing to step past and be bigger and be strong in one moment so you can have a life of truly living to your purpose? Think about exactly what needs to change. Exactly what is the action. Don't overthink it. Don't pour the motion. Oh, then this will happen and then that'll happen. Don't do that. I want you to stay in the moment. What one thing needs to happen for it to change? What is that one thing? What is it? Put it in your mind. Open your eyes for a second. Write it down. What is the thing that needs to change? What will you do? What is the action that must take place in order for you to change this element in your life? What is holding you back, and how will you change it? What is the thing? Write it down. Write it down. You must write it down. Take a very deep breath all the way in, all the way in. Close your eyes again and sigh out. Sigh loudly. Oh. Now I want you to imagine this. You let this go. You make this move. You find your strength and you find your passion, and you activate today, and you make an important decision, and you say no to something, or you say yes to something, or whatever it is. You let something go that's holding you back from being your purest self. And I promise you, your life instantly turns a corner. You'll see your income go up 10-fold. You'll see your life improve 100-fold. You'll see everything about your existence improve so that you can be your greatest version of yourself. This is not optional. This is what you do to be a champion, to be a warrior, is you say yes to yourself. I want you to say the word yes out loud. Say yes right now. Say it with me. Yes. Say it again. Yes. Take your hand and put it on your heart. Keep your eyes closed and take a deep breath in. Say the word yes. Yes. I want you to feel your hand pushing love into your heart. Love yourself and tell yourself it's okay. It's okay to change. It's okay to make this change today. We're not waiting until tomorrow. Today's Wednesday. You're going to do it October 4th. Let's go, baby. You're going to make a big change today that changes your whole life. You've already decided. Because you're not going 10 years from now to have that 100 times weight carrying in this backpack, the thing that you know must change in your whole world. You change it today. And then you move forward at light speed, lighter and better than ever before. Open your eyes and say yes, and smile. Ear to ear, smile. Say yes one more time. Lift your hands all the way up, all the way up. Trust the process. Stretch with me and say yes one more time like you're a champion. You own your own life. This is your life to live. No other single human being tells you how to live. Not me, not anyone else. This is your life to live. Every decision in your life is yours. Everything you choose to hang on to is yours. Everything you choose to have or not have, to get rid of, it's all your life. And screw people if they judge you for that. I don't care, but it's your life, and I will respect you for making powerful decisions in your own life. That's how you live. From now until the end of your life, live powerfully as a leader. That's how leaders live. They don't wait for everybody else to tell them what to do. They do it right now. Make the decision. I love it. Most people never change. Look at this screen. until the pain is intolerable. Just don't be most people. You felt a little twinge of this. We can do a longer version of this sometime if you guys want. I will do it with you. We'll add music. We can really NLP anchor this thing so hard. But I'm just telling you, hopefully that exercise was powerful for you. I'm telling you, if you do this again and again, come back to the recording. That's fine. I'll do a longer one if you guys want. I'll release it to the whole community. These are really helpful. You knew what it was inside yourself that needs to change. That is the primary focus that you need to have for today, is making that change. Just trust me. Whatever that is, even if it scares you, it probably will scare you. That's what's fun about it. It'll scare the shit out of you, probably. I love it. Got some smiles on the call, man. I can tell we're working. We're working. Guess what? Saying no is leadership. It is the true definition of leadership and power and love and joy and being yourself, right? You were created to be something greater than what you are right now. You tell me if that's not true, but I know it's true. You were created to be something greater than what you are allowing yourself to be by holding on to dumb crap that holds you back. You don't hold on anymore. You let go of that stuff and you make powerful decisions to move forward. Leadership is power, and it will define your lifestyle, everything about it. You want to jet ski? Make different choices. Trust me. You want a boat? Great. You want a yacht? Great. You want your own airplane? I don't care what it is for you. Whatever success looks like for you, write your own story. Put a vision board up next to you and get inspired every day. But I promise you, it's about making powerful decisions. And some of those decisions are learning how to say no. Own everything in your whole world. Own it. And nothing will ever happen to you. Man, it took me so long to start to understand that statement. I still may not. I will be the first to admit I am not there. I'm on this journey with you guys. At the moment, I'm just going to say, hey, I saw some stuff that's cool up there. Let's go. Right? But this is the key to success. I promise you, if you own everything, what does that mean? I own it. That's what it means. It's my freaking life. That's what it means. If it happens in my life, in my universe, that's because I choose to allow it to happen in my universe. No, things can happen to you. They can't. It's just perspective. Those things happen because I allow them to happen. That's how it works in my world. You do whatever you want, though. That's cool. Relationships. Some of you probably thought about a relationship when we went through that exercise. That's interesting. I know it because I've done this with a lot of classrooms. And what's interesting is about half the world thinks about a relationship, right? Might be a close relationship. Sorry for that if it is. I don't mean to challenge you. I'm not a therapist, FYI. There's my legal disclaimer for the day. But relationships are either fuel or they're poison, and we all know that. You don't need a degree in anything to know that relationships can be poisonous. Powerful relationships, by the way, build champions. I didn't know that until I had one. And I have one. You want to see a person push you, challenge you, and simultaneously be your greatest cheerleader in the world? Look at Lexi. She has done that for me. You need your person. You need a person or people in your world. I have multiple people in my world who cheer me on. I have people who text me every single day, ask me how it's going. Are you moving forward? I do. I have those people. Cheer me on, even when I'm failing, especially when I'm failing. That's what you need. If you ever watched, there's an old TV show called The Amazing Race. Does anyone know about that one? Have any of you seen that show? Right? It's really fascinating. The couples who get in constant arguments on that show are the ones who criticize each other and tell each other how it should be done. The ones who never fight on that show are the ones who cheer each other on. They tend to win the show, by the way. They compete better. Why? Because they cheer each other on, especially when they're sucking. Do you cheer your partner on, especially when you're sucking or they're sucking? Do they cheer you on, especially when you're sucking? But that's what you need. You need a cheerleader in those moments. Nobody needs to be told they're doing badly when they're doing badly. They freaking know, right? We need a cheerleader. I'll be your cheerleader. Call me up, baby. I'll tell you all day long. You're amazing. And you were built out of light, and you need to let your light shine. I promise you. Call me up, 541-531-0975. Give me a call. Okay? Do not become your partner. That's called codependence. It's horrible. It will ruin your entire relationship. You support them being who they truly are and be who you truly are. And love your differences and support individualism. Love that every single flower looks different on earth. Love all the flowers around you. That doesn't mean you need to keep them around you. Some flowers are poisonous. Guess what? Don't eat that flower. That's okay. Everyone wants freedom. So be free and allow freedom in your universe. Couples who compliment more than criticize outperform. We were just talking about that. And divorce, by the way, is the #1 cause of financial distress and ruin in the entire world. If you don't know that, get divorced. I've tried it. It's great. Don't do it. Embrace and lean into your role. Well, by the way, or do. Live your life. Live your truth. Lean into your role in the relationship. This is every relationship, by the way, not just romantic ones. Do not expect your partner to perform your role. If you have a team and you have multiple people on the team, do not perform other people's roles and do not allow them to perform your role. Stay in your lanes. It's yours. Deliver results. Produce. That's how you find your happiness. And then you catch other people being good. Listen to this one, please. Catch them being good. Catch them being good, not bad. You're going to be the greatest parent on earth. Catch your kids being good. Oh, those parents are just Pollyannas. Yeah, those kids are all going to Harvard. It's fascinating how that works out. Because they were told they were great their whole life, and they started believing it. If you're told you're shit your whole life, what do you start believing? That's a hard one. It's a hard pill to swallow, right? Don't do that. So you catch people being good. If you want people around you all the time who can't leave you alone, they want to gravitate toward, how do I become an attractionist at EXP? How do I get agents to join me? Catch other agents being good. I don't care if they ever come to EXP. I'm going to call that agent at RE/MAX and tell them they're the greatest agent I've ever seen. You got to be true. Find the thing about them that you love. You know what I love is I see you out there hustling. You're doing an open house every weekend. I'm proud of you, man. I hope you keep doing it. I hope you're winning at such a level. I think you're incredible. Call up the #1 agent in town. Hey, I just want to call and tell you that I admire you and you're incredible. You inspire me every single day. Okay, that's all. Have a great day. Love you. Bye. They'll be like, what in the hell was that? But guess what they're going to be thinking about later today and tomorrow and later this week and next week? Leave an impact on people. Here's how you do it. When you express love is when you feel love. Has anyone ever worked at like a soup kitchen? There is no greater feeling inside your entire body than helping other people, because it is what we are supposed to do. If you're starting to feel sorry for yourself in this market, go help somebody today. I promise you, stop it. Go help somebody. Well, I don't have any clients. Great. Help another agent. Help the #1 agent. I don't care what you got to do. But that's my competitor. They're a human being. Help somebody who needs help, ideally. Right? You know who they are. Go find those people. Help them today. And you will find your passion and your joy so fast it'll make your head spin. And then parlay that joy into energy and excitement back into your work and bring it home, baby. Bring the bacon. Okay, let's keep moving. Money does not fix things. It amplifies your core patterns. And if your patterns suck, you're done. You make more money, you'll just suck a lot louder. Joanne's laughing. She's like, I know some people like that, right? Don't be that guy. Trust me, your core patterns matter more than the money does. And I want you to have all the wealth in the world. I want you to have everything that you've ever desired so that you can give more to more people. That's all I care about. Because guess what? Someday you're going to die just like I am. And that money doesn't go with you. It's dumb. It's just numbers and stuff. It's made out of paper. It's stupid. We all agree it means something, but it doesn't mean anything. But giving to people, that means something. And you're going to be laying on your deathbed someday. I promise that's what you're going to be thinking about, not money. All right. Experience versus good experience. Do you have 10 years? I hear people say to me all the time, well, I've got 25 years of experience in the industry. Wow. Are you sure? Or do you have 1 year of experience 25 times? Because it sounds like you've been doing the same crap every year for 25 years, not getting any better. That sucks. I'm way more impressed with somebody who's got 1 year of experience and beating the pants off you. Because clearly they have good experience, not just experience. Repeating the same dumb garbage over and over and expecting a different result is stupid. I think Einstein called it the definition of insanity, right? Model your strategies. You model your strategies. Model them off those who are already successful. And the goal should then just be mastery. That's repetition, not discovery. You don't have to find the answer. You just find the answer. You don't have to find the answer. Just find the answer. Somebody else has already done it. You're not inventing the wheel. Mastery can only be achieved through repetition. So you just need to find that answer fast, and then you need to start your repetition today. That's it. Okay, 5 core beliefs about business, and this is a big thing. There is no such thing as a natural business owner. Stop telling yourself that. That's an excuse. It's a get out of jail free card, and it's garbage. They are successful. We are successful. Come on, right? Due to study, repetition, and learning. That's it. Nobody came out of the womb ready to like go to Yale, right? Didn't happen. So that's silly. Trial and error is a failing strategy, though. You're going to remain a hobbyist. Modeling is the path, and then repetition. It's different than trial and error. Trial and error sounds like, well, I'll just try a thing and then I'll switch and then I'll try another thing and then I'll switch and I'll try another thing. No, that's what crazy people do. And then it's madness making. It's going to make you depressed. Don't do that. Model your success, repeat. Let's go. Repeat one thing again and again and again and again and again. And it needs to be the one thing, by the way, that if you repeat it and you win at it, you'll make $1 million. Trust me on that. Whatever that one thing is, find it. Let's go. Practice does not make perfect. It makes permanent. Listen to this. Please listen to this. Don't miss this point. Practice makes permanent. Practicing the wrong thing makes you worse. That's why you have to model your success. You find other people who are already winning at what you want to do. You model exactly after them. The people with the best lives have the best choices in front of them. One of the reasons people have crappy choices is because they're in a crappy position when things change around them. Position yourself for success and change everything, because your choices will improve. Okay, this is a big, big point. And the people with the fewest blind spots always win. This is self-awareness. You have to know yourself. You have to know your weaknesses. You have to know what you're great at. And if you're weak at it, but you need to be great at it, then repeat more. Repetition is the father of mastery. Here we go. Keep going. We're getting there, guys. This is all. I didn't think we were going to crunch through all this, but apparently I drank, I think it was 6 shots of espresso. So we're in good shape right now. All right. Manage your future business. Your future. What is my future business, Jeff? What is this? The night before Christmas? Yes, it's the night before Christmas. Guess what? We're going to talk about your future for a second. Manage the business that you're becoming, not the business that you are. Think about Ebenezer Scrooge, right? Wasn't he showed his future? That's what we did. It was actually called the Dickens exercise. That's what Tony Robbins calls it earlier, where you imagine things getting worse in the future. And if you're going to switch, you switch now. That exercise is powerful because it allows you to see the consequences of staying with your current choice. Well, it's not a choice, Jeff. Yes, it is. Everything's a choice. Today, you could walk away from every single thing in your life, go move to China, become a new name. It doesn't matter. You can do anything you want. Anything you want. You just think you can't. There's a difference. I'm not encouraging that, by the way. All right. And imagine the business that you are becoming and then manage that business. What do you mean manage it? I mean manage it. Not the business that you are today. And this requires learning. And if you let learning lead to knowledge, then you're a fool. But if you let that learning lead to action, then you will be a champion. I mean champion with a capital C, first place, gold medal, baby. Let's go. All right. Next, social media and video strategy. I told you we were bobbing and weaving. What is the real problem or desire that my desired audience is trying to solve? I see a lot of content coming out from people and some of it is pointless. It's not a criticism. It's an observation. Meaning there literally is no point. If you said, what's the point of this? I could say, I don't know. It is pointless. Don't do that. Because why waste your time? You'd be better off to make a phone call to a past client. What's the real problem? Think about your ideal client. What is the challenge that they are facing in this market? Speak to that. Speak about it with authenticity. Don't worry about your stage voice. Worry about being real and solving real problems for real people. You'll find your ideal client by defining who they are and then speaking directly to them. And here's another secret. Don't speak to thousands and thousands of people that might watch the video. When you do a video, who are you speaking to? One person. It's your ideal client. Think about who they are. Don't give them a name. Draw their picture. Find a picture on the internet. Put it on the wall and talk to that person and tell them you're there for them and you're going to help them. Speak directly to one person, because guess what? Every single person who watches your video is an individual. They will consume your video as one person. You must speak to them as one person. I hear too many people speaking to crowds. And crowds, when you speak to a crowd, it goes, nah, goes everywhere. When I do these, you guys don't know this. I'm looking off to the side right now because I'm looking directly at one person. You don't know who you are, but I know who you are, and I love you. Thank you for being my face today. That's how I do this. I get stage fright just like you guys do, but I show up anyway, and it makes me feel good to pour value into others. Okay? This is part of my passion. It's part of my calling. It's part of what I believe I'm supposed to be doing on earth. You just live to your joy, guys. All right? This is all you need to speak to. It's one person. Data is cheap, by the way. Tell stories and then tell more stories and make them relatable. Stories are the architecture of learning because they hit our emotions. We've embraced for thousands of years. They work and you must use them passionately. Tell stories about things. Listen, I had a client the other, I don't care if your stories are true, by the way. I really don't. Just tell a story is going to help somebody, because parables aren't true and proverbs are all throughout the Bible. Not all of them happened. They were there to tell a story. Why? To make a point, to help you to have understanding, to gain an aha so that you could make your life better. That's okay. Call it a parable then if you need to. If you switch the word, maybe your perspectives will shift and you'll allow yourself to operate differently in the world. The more stories you tell, though, the more money you make. That's an interesting last little statement. I'm going to skip on. Here we go. Disrupt your patterns. What does this mean? Yeah, if you have some crap patterns, you need to break them immediately. I don't care what it is. Well, when I get angry, I get real angry. And then I get real angry. Great. Pour a glass of water over your head and laugh like a crazy lunatic out loud. Spin around, tap dance for a second, and then, yodel. I don't care what you need to do. But break your pattern. Just don't do the same thing again and again and again and again and again and expect things in your life to somehow magically get better, right? Life is not a box of chocolates. You're going to have to figure this out at some point. All right? So break your patterns, find an anchor for this. What does that mean? It means find the thing that when you do it, it makes you feel amazing every time. I have certain things that when I do them, it doesn't matter what's going on. I have music, by the way. That's one of my pattern breakers. I have some songs where if I hear that song, I can fight it. It doesn't matter. By the end of the song, I'm like crying. I feel great. It's emotional, like happy. It brings about a fountain, like a spring of joy inside me. You have those. You need to know what they are. Could be something powerful that you read. It can be scripture. I don't care what it is, right? Find your thing because it's your life, not mine. All right. Find some leverage. What's that mean? A support system, accountability, a rubber band on your wrist so you can pull it off and flick yourself in the eye with it when you're being weird. Like, I don't care what it is, but you need a pattern disruptor. Keep it with you. By the way, the rubber band thing works like a charm. I did that one for a while. Snapped my wrist so hard I had a perma bruise for a while, but I broke my pattern. I don't care what it is for you. You break that thing, make it hurt when you do it. So your body starts to associate pain with doing dumb crap that hurts you anyway. I'd rather your wrist hurt than your bank account. Interrupt your pattern so that you can respond and not react. What does that mean, Jeff? You know what a reaction is. Your pattern says, your partner says, hey, you know that thing that you liked so much, that vase that your grandmother gave you? Well, I broke it when you were gone. Do you respond or do you react? Do you say, well, it's okay because I love you more than I love that vase? Are you okay? Did you hurt yourself? Is everything good? It's just a vase. I don't care. Or do you react? Which one is it? If you're in control of yourself, you respond. I'll let you know that. And by the way, people who are in control of themselves tend to also be in control of their business. It's an interesting correlation. And then they tend to be in control of their bank account. Create a new pattern. Sometimes killing a pattern is not as easy. So guess what? Write one right over the top of it, right? You remember CD-ROMs? You used to be able to just write right over the top of them with the little burn thing. I don't know how the lasers all work, right? Doesn't matter. But you'd just burn a thing right over the top of the other thing, right? You got some whatever crazy Green Day album on there. These days, though, now you're listening to Britney Spears, so you switch it up. I don't know. So you switch it up. All right. But if you judge someone for what they're doing, you won't be able to influence that person. A lot of us are in a business of influence. Well, I'm not really an influencer. Yeah, well, maybe that's your problem. Be influential in your marketplace. Do you think the number one top producer in your state might be a little bit influential in real estate? You can call it influencer or you can call it influential. But if you want to influence others in real estate, you cannot start by judging them. Well, all these idiots don't realize that they could just sell stop judging people. You can't influence someone when you are in judgment of them. Remember that. Please remember that. It's so critical. I hear people criticizing others. And I'm like, that's unfortunate because you've moved yourself so far now from that person that you can't have influence in their life. Maybe you could have been the voice for impact and change and love and care and kindness and transformation for them, but you decided to be in judgment instead. Who's judging you right now that can't influence you, unfortunately? Maybe they could help you, but they're not because they're judging you. That cycle of judgment is vicious. Go the other direction and pivot on this one immediately. People who are referred are 10 times more likely to refer because they were referred. By the way, that's from NAR. It's a reframe. It's hard to read. So read it again. People who are referred are 10 times more likely to refer because they were referred. I want you to think about that as you're building your business right now. Who were your referrals? Who are your past clients who got referred to you? they're 10 times more likely to give you a referral because they themselves were referred. This is powerful. Anyone who's been referred to you will likely refer to you. And give away kick-ass value for free. What does that mean? I don't know. Might be videos, might be ebooks. Maybe you're going to do something, have ChatGPT write it. Doesn't matter, but it needs to be great. It needs to be amazing. Knock your socks off. It can't just be some fluff piece. No, it's got to be amazing. It's got to be your best thing. And you give it away 100% for free. Well, I've got this super secret strategy that stop keeping it under a bushel. Nobody freaking knows that you've got that. How will they know? When you give it away. And then guess what they assume? And here's the trick. They will assume that you have 150 other strategies right behind that one. You can give away your best one, even if it's your only one. They'll just still assume you got more in the tank, and they will come flocking. So what is your freemium? I'm calling it a freemium. That's a digital marketing term. What's your freemium? What are you going to give to people? What is it that you can give to the marketplace today? It might be a video telling people exactly how to navigate what they're trying to navigate. You have to move right now. Let me tell you exactly the best strategy to do that. And by the way, if you're another agent, you're watching this, I'm going to tell you how to do this with your clients. Teach the whole marketplace. Teach all the other agents. Show them what to do. All right? If I tell you, you doubt it. If you tell me it's true. So you needed to get people to tell you. How do you do that, Jeff? You ask more questions than making statements. Too many of us making statements. Still, I'm sure of it. Too many of us making statements. Ask more questions. What do you want? Why is that important to you? Ooh, what would it mean if you got that? And why is that so important to you? What is it about that that gets you excited? Oh, that's incredible. What will it mean if we can't get there? Okay. Keep going. Always dig deeper, and then a layer deeper, and then a layer deeper, and then a layer deeper. Eventually exhaust the process, and you will know exactly how to serve at the highest level. Handle every objection in advance in a story. We're back to stories again. Handle every single objection that you think you could possibly encounter from a lead before you ever get to it, and put it in a story. I don't care if you come up with the story. Write down a list today. Here's all the objections I keep running into with people. Great. Stop running into those, dummy. Come up with some great stories that help people. You know, it's funny. I love that you're thinking about buying a house. It's super exciting. I got to tell you a story about my friend Carol. I was helping her the other day and blah, blah. I don't care if that's real. Make up Carol. She's great. You're helping a person. This is about helping them to have an aha and an empowering one at that, so that they won't get in their own way and prevent themselves from being successful with you moving forward. Then you never have to objection handle again. If you find yourself objection handling right now, chances are you're not doing this one slide right here. This will change your whole life, your whole entire life right there. Drowning. I love this quote so much. Oh my gosh, I'm going to read this. Drowning is not what happens when you fall in the water. It's what happens when you stay there. Drowning, guys, is not what happens when you fall in the water. You might be in the water right now, splashing around. The waves are hitting you, but you got a ladder. Get yourself out. It's what happens when you stay there. That's Gail Becker. Incredible. What a great quote. We did an exercise today. Gave yourself permission to change radically your life. Radically. Change. It's your life. It's your freaking life. Come on. Why are you letting anyone else control that? Anyone. Nobody owns you. Nobody owns you. You own everything. Come on. All right. People want to be a part of something greater than themselves. I want you to read that one about 150 times in super fast motion in your brain. Repetition is the father of mastery. People want to be part of something greater than themselves. Is your business providing this to the real estate marketplace right now? Think about that. That is a crazy question that you may never have been asked before. People want to be part of something greater than themselves. Why? Because we all know that at the end of the day, we're all mouse farts in the wind. We are insignificant, in other words. But we want to be part of something greater than ourselves. Start a mission. Start a journey. We heard from Luna Mariah Dietz a few weeks back. She's doing transaction after transaction. It feels like one a week right now. How's she doing that? Because she started a movement in her community. She's helping people through real estate. She's serving the community at such a high level that it's exhausting to even think about, but she's doing it. And people want to be part of something greater than, now they're referring business like crazy because they want to be part of something greater than, where can you provide more value to your whole community? Where can you explode and shine your light the brightest and find who you really are as a person? And even if it's for 2 years, you can be that person that you know you were supposed to become. Be that. And then don't tell me why you can't. Tell me why you can. I mean that. Don't tell me why you can't. Everyone's got reasons and excuses. I can't do it because of this. I don't have enough money. I know people have done it with no money. So that one flies right out the window. I fart on your excuse. What you got? Tell me why you can. That's a much more empowering stance in the world. Find your reasons why. Because doers own the world. The people who do things own the world. And I literally mean literally they own the world. This is literal ownership. Doers, not thinkers. You'll notice I didn't write philosophers own the world. No, you can know everything and achieve nothing. That's not helping anybody. It's not serving at a high level. This is something to remember today. If you're feeling hurt, if you're feeling wounded, hurt people hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. If there's someone in your life that's hurting you, if you want to feel instant empathy for that person and understand where they're coming from, understand that only hurt people hurt other people. So if they're hurting you, it's because they're hurting inside. Right? It's a transferal. It's a displacement. They're overflowing with so much pain that they're pouring it onto you. Okay? So it's a good way to interpret that. If you have clients who are mean, if people are stressed and frustrated, hurt people hurt people. Please keep that in your mind and in your heart. Reasons, we're almost there, guys. Reasons lead to conclusions, but emotion is what will lead you to action. So we go back to earlier today. I said you need to find your actual reasons, but you must connect this to an emotion. It must be connected to an emotion. Okay? It has to be emotional. When I think about my reason and I know exactly what it is, it makes me emotional. Very. Crying emotional for me. And I know other people in this exact same boat. In fact, I would say every single high-producing human being that I know. You must have a powerfully emotional reason why you are doing what you are doing, or you will not stay committed to your mission. Your mission must be an emotional mission of victory. I don't want you to think not my business or my group or my team or my partner sucks. I suck. What did I say earlier? Own everything. You must own the suck. Own the suck. Because you can't do anything about somebody else. You can do everything about you. Okay? You have to start with you. So you have to get control of, Brent Gove calls it your inner winner. I love that. It sounds like chicken dinner or something like that, but inner winner, chicken dinner. Anyway, get control of your inner winner immediately, though. I want you to find control of that person, that they're inside you. You know who that is. You've been in communion with that part of yourself before. You just need to find them today. Not this week, not this month. It's not some lifelong voo-voo journey. Dude, right now, find them. Knock, knock. Guess who it is? Let's go. You're coming with me. Your inner winner. You know who I'm talking about. You know how they act, how they behave. You know who that person is. Here's something that I want you to understand. And by the way, I see too much of this happening in our industry. An irresistible offer is not created from a low price or commission. It comes from creating the feeling of inevitability that you will get what you really want. You who? Your clients. That they will get what they really want. What do they really want? And who is your ideal client? When you know those things, you can give them the feeling of inevitability that working with you will produce that result. And it needs to feel inevitable. You have to make it obvious that your approach will produce their result, not your result. Well, I've got super cool marketing. Look at this. I do this, and then 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 I, and then I, and then I, and then you're not talking about them. I understand, Mr. Smith, exactly what you're trying to achieve. You want this by this so that you can do this. And I think that that's beautiful. and I am going to fall on my sword to make sure that that happens. And here's how. It's incredible. I want to hear somebody say that. Permanently eliminate all of your weak verbiage. Any conciliatory verbiage you are using, get rid of it today. Today, this will change your whole life. By the way, I've done this. Holy moly. If you want to sound confident, if you want to be a leader, speak with absolute confidence and authority all the time to everyone you talk to. Dude, your life will change over. You will have, I have this. I have business leaders who are making 100 times my income who call me for advice. I don't know why. I think it's because I've done this. I don't say kind of, sort of, maybe, sometimes, hopefully, I think, I believe, I'm pretty sure. I don't say any of that. I speak with absolute authority and clarity. I think, and then I speak. Make statements. Don't make questions. Ask questions so that you can make powerful statements, but get rid of kind of. We kind of do this. Well, my marketing approach is I sort of get some nice kind of photography, and then I sort of maybe sometimes no, terrible. I'm hiring the next guy. I don't care who you are. Look for those words today in your speech patterns. I promise you they're holding you back. And last but not least, we talked about stories. When you are trying to get people to buy in on a new big idea, or to enroll people in your plan, or to work with you, list with you, buy with you, I don't care what it is, do this. Number one, acknowledge the person in front of you. See them as a human being. Build a real relationship, right? You need to know who they are. You need to know that person. I know Joanne's family. I love her family. They're amazing. Spent time with them. When you get to know real people, you build a real relationship. Those last way beyond business anyway. It's much better to live your life that way. But you acknowledge that person. Also acknowledge that you see them and that you hear them. Do you know how uncommon it is to be heard in this world today? When was the last time you felt truly heard by another person? Truly heard and seen and understood. Give that gift today. It feels even better than being heard, I promise. It doesn't matter if you're ever heard again. It matters that you are providing that value to other people, because then when you give that gift, you'll feel 1,000,000 times better than if you got it, I promise anyway. And then you talk in their interests, not about their interests. Oh, you like baseball? I like baseball. I like baseball, but it's me. Don't talk about you. Talk about baseball if you want, but just be in the interest. Wow, that's amazing. Why do you like that so much? Oh, that's cool. Do you ever play? Oh, man, that's awesome. Love that. You are an interesting human being, and I see you, is the message that you want to get through. And then you mind read. What is mind reading, right? I learned this stuff at a powerful seminar from a gentleman who's launched 10 tech companies and sold them for north of $1 billion. By the way, this exact thing. All of this today is out of my notes from multi-million-dollar masterminds that we are in. You mind read. You say what nobody's saying, or I'm going to say this in an even more powerful way. You ready, guys? You say what nobody's willing to say. That's scary. Guys, it's going to suck out there for a little bit in real estate, but I can help. I don't want to say that, Jeff. It might become true. It's already true. Shut up. You know it. I know it. It's hard. A little bit, kind of, right? Okay, well, whatever. We can roll around in it like pigs in mud, or we can operate differently than everybody else. And if you want to be different, guess what? You'll pick up market share. I'm talking to people this week who are doing it. They've picked up 10% market share right now because they're operating differently than everybody else. If 99% of people are doing something else, don't go cry with them. Be a champion, be a warrior, and say stuff nobody's willing to say. Give answers. That's your script. Listen, I don't know everything. It's okay to say that. I'm getting an internet is unstable thing. So if I'm chopping up a little bit, I apologize, guys. I'm going to do my best to stay connected here. I'm using all my powers of attraction. Bring a little bit of internet toward me, guys. All right. We're almost at the tail end here. And then attack yourself and tell a story. This one's weird, especially for real estate agents. We hate it. We hate saying that we're not perfect or that we don't have all the answers. But I promise you, it's going to be really powerful. Okay. Actually, this number 5 here was from Russell Brunson directly. We were in a digital marketing mastermind with him. Really powerful group, really powerful guy, by the way. He's awesome. And I think he learned this. It doesn't matter anyway, I'll tell you another time. I'll tell that story another time. So you tell a story about attacking yourself, right? You in the past screwed something up and then you asked new questions and you got new answers and you got a new result. Hey, that sounds like the plot to every movie I've ever seen. It's called a path of self-discovery. And what you will say is, I had this huge aha and it helped me get to where I am. This is also called a hero's journey if you want to learn more about it. Hero's journey. And it's the same arc, the same general storytelling arc that Disney used in every single movie he ever made. And it's what made him, for a while, probably the wealthiest person on earth, or if not darn near close to it. It was incredible. Okay. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. You guys are absolutely incredible. And today has been absolutely mind-blowing for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One of the things that I find so incredible about this opportunity to be in communion with you guys and to spend time together is that I get to review powerful concepts that have made my life even better. I get more out of this than you do. So selfishly, I'm always excited to show up. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate you too. All right. You guys are incredible. I want to challenge you at the very tail end today to do one thing. I want you to powerfully impact one other person today. I don't care what that looks like. Call someone up and tell them that you're grateful for them, or that they inspire you, or that they're amazing, or that you just wish them well. Hey, I was thinking about you and I think you're awesome, man. And I don't know why, but my heart moved me and I just felt like I need to call you and tell you you're rad. That's all. Okay, bye. Click. Nervous. I don't care. Think about the power of doing that and then don't think anymore, because doers rule the world. All right, guys. Hey, go rule the world. You guys are awesome and amazing. And you inspire me every single day to be a better human being. I appreciate you too, JJ. You're a great man. All right, guys. Hey, go have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks, everyone.